Once I finish a Dynasty Warriors game, I start to anticipate the next. I am eagerly waiting for Dynasty Warriors 9. Now, I know I went in depth on the differences between the Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors series, but I didn't get a chance to talk about each entry into the main series. So I decided that I would take time and touch on each Dynasty Warriors release, including each expansion. PBG has Zelda month, Pro Jared has D in December, so why can't I have my Koei month? Koei Tecmo is such a huge part of my collection, and as a gamer, they are my favorite developer. So that's why I declare this Musou May. Finally, a month dedicated to everything Dynasty Warriors and Koei Tecmo. I'm starting off this annual event with Warriors Week. So every day this week, starting today, you'll have a brand new video reviewing each of the Dynasty Warriors games up to Dynasty Warriors 8. I will be skipping the first Dynasty Warriors game for the original PlayStation as it's not technically a main series entry. It's kinda complicated. In Japan, this game was simply called Sangoku Musou. This is a one-on-one weapon-based fighting game. When the game continued to the PlayStation 2, the title became Shin Sangoku Musou. This became its own series, separate from the original. This is where the army-sized hack-and-slash gameplay came in, and what I feel is the real beginning of Dynasty Warriors. That's why I've decided to start right here with the first Pro. This is totally Dynasty Warriors. In and out, the combat mechanics are solid. Cutting through waves of enemies is extremely satisfying. Unlike modern Warriors games, these classic titles make you want to clear the map of enemy soldiers. Every attack has weight to it. It feels like characters with heavy weapons attack the way that they should, as well as lighter and faster weapons have weightlessness to them. The whole game gives an arcadey feel to it. You actually feel the need to get the bigger KO count. It feels like modern warrior games give the focus on the officers and generals, giving you less concern with the foot soldiers. This gives the game a more complete feeling of realism. The basic controls make it easier to jump in and play. Even if you've never played a Dynasty Warriors game before, just get a quick rundown of square is your regular attack, triangle ends your combo, circle is your special meter, and L1 is your block. And even what I said has essentially become the standard for action games, especially in the hack and slash and beat 'em up genres. Con! Though the on-foot combat is excellent and set the groundwork for the games to come, the horse and bow combat seems to have been added in last minute. The horse combat is a joke. Running around is too sensitive. You can hold the block button to strafe an attack, but your attacks are weak and you're too easily knocked off. If I ever start a battle mounted, the first thing I do is hit X to get off the horse. Then I hit L2 to turn on the enemy health bars. Then I start playing. Oh yeah, did I mention that you needed to hit a button at the beginning of each stage to turn your enemy health bars on? There's no setting for that. The bow combat is even worse. You can't turn a full 360 degrees to aim around you. Auto-aim is annoying when you're trying to aim at someone else. Similar to the horse, you can hold the block button to move around, but this isn't first-person shooter. There was a Samurai Warriors game for that. I only ever use this for the sake of the video. I would never fight on a horse or use bows in my playthrough of the games. Running up to archers and attacking them is much more effective than aiming, waiting, and firing. Also, Lubu sucks. He looks like his halberd's possessed and he won't let go of it. Pro! For a game that came out so early in the PS2's life, this game looks pretty damn good. The textures and complicated character designs are a sight to behold and were probably a marvel back in the day. Also, look at how many people are on the screen. Look at that character detail. There's just a hint of slowdown, which is something modern Warriors games are kind of known for. I had to play the game for days just to have it slow down on me. Even the cutscenes aren't too bad for the time. All things considered, this gets an A+ for presentation. I mean, this was a launch title for the PS2. God damn, that's impressive. The fact that the large battlefields are rendered this well, with AI patterns being implemented so that your allies might kill another officer or die on the other side of the map, that's just extraordinary. These maps are huge for the time and are a blast to walk through. Though, I mostly played the Yellow Turban stage because most of my characters are lower leveled, and this game is hard as balls! Con! One thing that I love about Dynasty Warriors games is playing them with my friends. Sadly, Dynasty Warriors 2 did not have that feature. Maybe the technology wasn't capable of supporting two players at the same time. Maybe Koei wanted to rush this out. There are so many things that could have happened. But the lack of a multiplayer feature is such a burn when you come back to play this game after years of having it. Playing with a friend would have been nice. I would have enjoyed forcing a friend to sit down and record some gameplay with me. But no, Koei didn't have that feature in this game, making it the only main series Dynasty Warriors game with absolutely no multiplayer feature whatsoever. Pro! There are a lot of characters to play as. They may share movesets with each other, but at least they look individual. Characters that were in the PS1 fighting game have their own moveset and even keep their weapons from that game too. With that said, there are lots of reasons to play through each character's story. Even after that, when you unlock the other characters like Lu Bu and Dao Chun, they are so much fun to take into free mode and either fight on their side of the battlefields or against them. Even taking different characters into stages they were never in to begin with is fun. If this was the only game you had, you could have lots of replayability. Con! I'm gonna reiterate that last sentence with a different inflection. If this was the only game you had, you could have lots of replayability. That would be the only time you feel compelled to fully complete this game. There's no reward. All there is to do after you unlock all the characters, max out everyone's stats, And trust me, that's no fun. On my first file of this game, I maxed out maybe 3 characters and then gave up. There wasn't anything rewarding about it with the exception of bragging rights. And who's gonna care if you maxed out every character's stats in Dynasty Warriors 2? I mean, good on you if you did, but why? What's the point? It's not like you can unlock secret characters, weapons, costumes. There isn't really much point in playing this game past finishing every character's story mode. You know, with the exception of writing a review for an entire week of Dynasty Warriors videos. I imagine this game would have been more fun to me at its initial release back in the year of 2000. If this was the first Dynasty Warriors game I ever played, I could see me enjoying every part of it. But with all this game offers and all that I know of the changes in the next entry, I can't help but feel the need for more. And I don't mean of this game. It's fun, don't get me wrong. The arcadey hack-and-slash gameplay is incredibly enjoyable for maybe one stage at a time. And for a launch title, Dynasty Warriors 2 show great graphical prowess even with so many characters on screen at one moment. That being said, the lack of any multiplayer and replayability, along with the additional things to unlock characters, makes this a lackluster entry when you consider all the series has coming for it. When you look at this entry as a first ever in the series, and a launch title to boot, I could give this a solid 6. But when I look into the future, hell, the very next entry, I know that Koei can do much more. That's why Dynasty Warriors 2 gets a 4 out of 10. Having different weapons or costumes to unlock for each character would have been a big help for this game. Even to have different stages for each character. I just want more, but that's only because I'm used to what this series has to offer. The game has potential, but just misses the mark of its successors. Trust me, it only gets better from here. Hey, thanks for watching. If you're a Dynasty Warriors fan, let me know what you thought of this video. Also, what are your thoughts on Dynasty Warriors 2? Don't forget to subscribe as I'll be going through each release of the Dynasty Warriors series. If you'd like to support this channel and the things that I do, check out the link to my Bandcamp. Everything goes back to making better videos and music. Thanks for watching.